Hello and welcome to the channel. And today we're going to talk about our latest bad decision. Well, let's hope not. Let's get right to it. Any of you who have followed us for some time know that I'm a Chevrolet guy and I build Corvettes, I build GMC trucks. Actually, it's a General Motors guy more than a Chevrolet guy. I have a 57 GMC that was my most recent build that had been in my family for quite some time. I RestoModded it, got it on the road, looks fantastic, drives fantastic, really happy with it. But I've always had the idea of building a 69 to 72 Chevy Blazer. Well, I came up with the next best alternative, and this is a 1972 GMC Jimmy, which is on the 1972 Blazer platform. The major difference in the Jimmy and the Blazer is you'll notice a 4 headlight configuration with a different grille. That is the primary difference in this and a 1972 Chevy Blazer. The 72 Chevy Blazer would have had only 2 headlights with a much different grille, not quite as much chrome, not quite as much bling. They only made this particular vehicle, the GMC Jimmy, in this body style from 1970 to 1972, and they're estimated that they made about 7,500 of them. Where if you go to the Blazer, which they made from 1969 to 1972, they made thousands of those because they were the more common vehicle. Where the GMC was more the luxury brand, always has been more the luxury brand, so they made less of them and they only made them for a couple of years. I came across this project and a lot of the metal work has been done, and nowadays you can buy a complete brand new body for one of these for about $17,000. You add a couple of options, you're closer to $19,000. They all fit pretty good is my understanding. A lot of the metal work on this vehicle has been done or is solid. If you look at the firewall configuration, all of the windshield framing, all of that is original metal and it has not rusted at all. It's in very, very good shape. Got some surface rust, I'll say not rusted through, but just a little bit of surface rust. The doors on this vehicle have been replaced with reproduction and they have already been fitted to the body. They fit really good for reproduction doors. I'm extremely pleased. The dashboard in this vehicle that I'll show you some pictures of is a non-air conditioned dash. You can easily convert these to an air conditioned dash. Vintage Air has the templates that you can download. Get your Vintage Air vents. It looks just like a factory air-conditioned truck. So I am going to put Vintage Air in this truck. I have big plans for this truck. Right now this thing has probably a 4 to 6 inch lift kit on it. I'm going to drop it back down. It's going to be a 2-inch lift kit with 33-inch tall tires. It's not going to be a real jacked up. I want this to be a very roadworthy, comfortable to drive vehicle. I do have a hard top with it. That's outside. We've already removed it to start taking some of this truck apart. As we dig into this truck, the front fenders I've been looking at, and I do believe these are actually Chevrolet front fenders and not GMC front fenders. The GMC has another ornate grille that comes around and an ornate, or I'll say chrome surround, and a chrome that goes across the hood. This will not accommodate those parts. So I am going to get some aftermarket front fenders, though these are in decent condition. I would have had to plug some holes. The hood on the Chevrolet and GMC for the 72, I believe are the same. So I don't believe I'm going to have to replace the hood, even if this is a Chevrolet hood. And I suspect it is a Chevrolet hood because we would have had, well, you know, maybe not. It looks like we could have, and you know what? I've got a spider I've got to kill, so hang on. Took care of that guy. So this could be a GMC hood because it has had some holes that have been covered up and somebody was probably trying to make it a Chevrolet hood. I'm hoping the holes are in the right spot. We can unplug those so we can get our big GMC emblems on the front. The grill's in really nice shape. It looks like a new reproduction grill. I am going to do decoded digital instruments in it, so I really don't care about the instruments. I'm going to do a retro radio, so I don't care about the radio in it. The rest of the vehicle, it has new tubs in the back. What I am going to do is I am going to go ahead and replace the full bed sides. You can replace them. You can also replace the bed floor. In order to do that, we're going to have to dismantle these rockers. These rockers have been replaced. They were replaced very poorly, so we are going to cut those out, throw new rockers in there. But the good news is all of the underpans, all of the floors, all of that has been all fixed, so that's in really good shape. So the decision comes to mind. Do I buy a completely new body and have a brand new truck and not have to go through sandblasting stuff and, you know, the pain of it? Well, that turns out to be probably a $10,000 difference in decision. I can get all of the metal for this truck and for probably less than $5,000. The bed sides are $900 each, the bed floors $1,000, $1,100. The rockers are another couple $100. The fenders are another $300 or $400 each. So as we add all that up, it's under $5,000. And a little bit of my elbow grease, and we'll make some videos and show you how to do that. It's a 10-week wait for a new body, and it's going to be around $17,000 on the low end. So we're looking at, you know, gosh, somewhere in the range of $10,000-ish or more savings by just going and doing the body parts myself. These all bolt on, bolt off. We're going to go ahead and take the front end off first. The chassis has been kind of gone through. It looks like it was cleaned pretty well, and then they painted POR 15 on it. But there's spots that they didn't do because they did not take the body off the chassis. So the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to dismantle the front end, take it off, put it aside, save the hood. We have a good cowl for it, so that's in good shape. Probably try to sell the fenders because they're not in bad shape. We are going to have to order new inner tubs. The radiator core support is in really nice shape on this particular vehicle, just needs to be blasted and repainted. So I am going to go ahead and remove the body. I have a big gantry crane. We're going to go ahead and tie into it, lift this body off the chassis, push the chassis out back, and I am going to go ahead and re-blast the whole chassis and recoat the whole chassis, probably with POR 15. Don't think we're going to do a top coat because doesn't get sun or UV underneath the vehicle. I want a rock hard coating on it. I want any rust to be encapsulated if there is surface rust left, and that'll be what we do with that. Probably going to go ahead and get a new tailgate, even though this tailgate's in decent shape. I just don't want to have to deal with any old metal other than the hood and the cowl. Everything else will be pretty much new in this vehicle. I will go through the axles. I know that the rear end is an open differential. I have checked that. I believe the gear ratio that came with this particular vehicle, this was a 350 V8 with a turbo 350 transmission with a new process 205 transfer case. I'm going to go ahead and have somebody, not me, I'm going to go ahead and have somebody else go through the axles, put all new bearings in, make sure that the gears are good. Make sure all the seals are good on the front and rear axles. I'm going to put new hubs. I'm probably going to upgrade to the Wellwood disc on the front. The backs, I'm going to keep drum. I don't think there's any need to upgrade the back end to disc brakes at this point. That way I can still have a parking brake. I am going to LS this. Now, probably going to do a 4L60 automatic transmission because Advanced Adapters makes an adapter to go to a new process 205 transfer case. That adapter kit's about $800. I'm going to have to rebuild a transmission anyways. So I will just take the new output shaft and adapter kit to my transmission guy, and he's going to rebuild that, and we'll have a beefed up 4L60 in this. I'm not going to be doing serious off-roading. I'm not going to be abusing this. So a 4L60 will be fine on this vehicle. I'm not putting a ton of horsepower behind it. I am going to look for a 6-liter or a 6.2-liter LS to go in here. I would like to probably go with a Holley Terminator system again to control the transmission and engine. I've got that in my 60 Corvette. I've got a Dominator in my truck. I don't think I need the power of the Dominator because it's just going to be an engine and transmission. There's not going to be nitrous or turbochargers or any craziness. It's going to be mostly a stock motor. Might drop a cam in it depending on which motor it turns out to be. I'll go with a full LS dual electric fan radiator system in it. Probably look at a cold case or something like that. I've got a cold case in the GMC. It's working perfect. There's a company called Velocity Restorations down in Florida that will build you a turnkey one of these things starting at a mere $330,000. I plan on not having near that kind of money in this vehicle. This is going to be what I will call a budget build, though it's not going to be a skimp build. So I'm going to shop well. I am not going to overdo on the body. Rather, I could have gotten a whole new body, saved $10,000 by not getting a whole new body. I will go ahead and do a full carpet kit. Interior-wise, I'm a little torn on this. I like the vintage interior look, but I would prefer to have a high back bucket seat for safety. So I may go with a high back bucket seat, and I would like to put shoulder belts. So I'll probably put a roll bar in it, tie some shoulder belts to it. Haven't quite got all that ironed out, but that's in the plans. I will do a full carpet kit, even though I will rhino line the inside of the vehicle. I am going to rhino line the whole underside of the vehicle also. So that's going to have all rhino line. Probably do black on the underside. In the vehicle itself, I am going to do, it's actually going to be Raptor bedliner, and they sell a tintable version. So I will do it whatever color I decide to finally make the body, and that's still up in the air also. As you know, I paint a lot of red cars, and I have seen a really nice red with a white center and a white top that looks kind of cool if I can get the right red. Not sure how my torch red, which is typically what I use, would look in that particular format, but we'll do some renderings and kind of see how that'll look. That's one idea. I have looked at the blue and white combination, similar blue to this with a white center, white top. I really like that. On the interior, whatever color I do go with, the centers is going to be that matching plaid type material, and then we'll have either a red or a blue or a green. If we've actually looked at some green colors also. So those are kind of the ideas that we have with this build. Haven't thought of a name for the build yet. That's going to be coming also. It's probably going to be, my goal is to have it done at the end of winter for next spring. So that's a quite aggressive schedule. As long as I can get enough parts, I believe I can get it done. If I sent this off to a restoration shop, it would be in restoration shop, probably for 2 years. And I want to enjoy this sooner than later. So I have a couple of options for paint. I may end up with a buddy of mine painting it ourselves. We will do most of the body work ourselves. So whenever I do take it somewhere for paint, it will be pretty well, mostly ready for paint, maybe a little bit high build in final blocking. But since it's going to be mostly new metal, we shouldn't have any issue with that. So this is kind of our introduction to the project. We hope you stick with us and see us through the whole build. We'll try to do as many detailed videos of the build. There's a good amount of Blazer and Jimmy content out there in this generation. I'm finding some that there's not. So I'm going to be learning this kind of on the way and documenting it. And hopefully we're going to have a really cool vehicle when this is done. So thanks for being with us at the Full Octane Lodge. We hope to see you back soon, and there will be a lot more content coming soon.
Oh, wait, I almost forgot. Our legal team made me promise to display this disclaimer before we ended the video. Please take a moment to read it before you make any buying decisions.